Jesus Christ did not say, "Go into the world and tell the world that it is quite right." When you focus on being a blessing, God makes sure that you are always blessed in abundance. The fine-tuning of the universe provides prima facie evidence of deistic design. Woman is a ray of God. She is not that earthly beloved. She is creative, not created. God has given us two hands, one to receive with and the other to give with. Where can we go to find God if we cannot see Him in our own hearts and in every living being? Never lose an opportunity of seeing anything beautiful, for beauty is God's handwriting. I believe that God put us in this jolly world to be happy and enjoy life. The function of prayer is not to influence God, but rather to change the nature of the one who prays. For where God built a church, there the devil would also build a chapel. Every day I feel is a blessing from God, and I consider it a new beginning. Here, everything is beautiful. When I stand before God at the end of my life, I would hope that I would not have a single bit of talent left, and could say, "I used everything you gave me." Love God and He will enable you to love others even when they disappoint you. God could not be everywhere, and therefore He made mothers. Talent is God-given. Be humble. Fame is man-given. Be grateful. Conceit is self-given. Be careful. In the name of God, stop a moment, cease your work, look around you. Being human means, you will make mistakes. And you will make mistakes. Because failure is God's way of moving you in another direction. Whenever I am confused about something, I ask God to reveal the answers to my questions, and He does. After women, flowers are the most lovely thing God has given the world. Prayer is when you talk to God. Meditation is when you're listening. Playing the piano allows you to do both at the same time. Pray as though everything depended on God. Work as though everything depended on you. God whispers to us in our pleasures, speaks in our conscience, but shouts in our pains. It is His megaphone to rouse a deaf world. I do believe that God blessed me in life with a wonderful family, a successful career, and a loving marriage, and remain thankful for that blessing. I do not feel obliged to believe that the same God who has endowed us with sense, reason, and intellect has intended us to forgo their use. Our prayers should be for blessings in general. For God knows best what is good for us. This most beautiful system of the sun, planets, and comets could only proceed from the counsel and dominion of an intelligent and powerful being. God has given you one face, and you make yourself another. All I have seen teaches me to trust the Creator for all I have not seen. Jesus wants you to spread this message everywhere around you. We may ignore, but we can nowhere evade the presence of God. The world is crowded with Him. He walks everywhere incognito, in proportion to the size of the vessel of faith, brought by us to the Lord. Is the measure we draw out of His overflowing grace. Spending time with God through prayer and His Word is a prerequisite for having a great life and fulfilling your purpose. A little science estranges men from God, but much science leads them back to Him. Through hard work, perseverance and a faith in God, you can live your dreams. If I find myself desires which nothing in this world can satisfy, the only logical explanation is that I was made for another world. God cannot give us a happiness and peace apart from Himself. Because it is not there. There is no such thing. There are only two kinds of men. The righteous, who believe themselves sinners. The rest, sinners, who believe themselves righteous. Anyone can count the seeds in an apple, but only God can count the number of apples in a seed. God has given us evidence sufficiently clear to convince those with an open heart and mind. Listen to God with a broken heart. He is not only the doctor who mends it, but also the Father who wipes away the tears. Jesus wants you to spread this message everywhere around you. And live in touch with Him by subscribing this channel.